Hi, I'm Sarah,
And I'm Amanda.
and this is I'm Your Mother Now podcast.
Episode 2.
Yep, of season two. Yeah, way to go.
Yay, we did it.
Well, let's start off this segment with a little topical news. I was just perusing the internets and I sent you a reel about this kid who uh, had his throat slashed while walking with his family on the boardwalk or something. I don't have all the details. He looks like he's about between the ages of what, 12 and 14?
Yes, and he also looks very fine.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he definitely, I don't know if you watched the whole thing. So basically they
I
were
did.
walking on the boardwalk and some random guy just locked eyes and slashed the side of his neck. Because his head was down looking at his phone, it ended up not being a fatal neck injury. They're saying if his head had been up, it would have been. But they're basically being interviewed on the news. Okay. I've already posted this to my stories. They're being interviewed on the news, and the mom is like being really, really dramatic. And the kid is sitting next to her being like the most 14-year-old, 6'11" kind of kid. You like, and
Yes.
she's like, he's having nightmares. And he's like,
He's looking at her like, I am? And then
he's,
and then she's like, his little brother is like traumatized and he's like, is that true?
yeah,
And then at the end he's just slowly shaking his head and
yeah.
it's like, what is?
And he said, I forget what he said. He said something.
Okay,
They
so in
asked
the
him a
beginning they were
question.
saying that, do you need like it was cut here, but I think they were talking about situational awareness,
Yeah.
right? And if you have that, and I think his response to that was, I don't really think it needs to be that way. Like
Right.
like he's basically saying, I don't think that we should have to be paying attention because we just shouldn't be doing that. So he's like, like that person shouldn't have done that, and I don't think anyone else should be paying more attention to anything because of this,
Right. That's
except
what he,
for yeah. Well, that actually reminds me of when I was very, very young going to the dentist and I had this tooth right here and it was like stuck on the side because the adult tooth was like pushing the baby tooth out.
Mm.
And I went to the dentist and he was like, "Hey, so I hear this tooth is bothering you." And I said, "It's not bothering me, it's bothering her." It's kind of like that. It's like
It
how
was
I felt that
exactly
whole
like that.
yeah.
It was
Oh my
exactly
gosh.
like that. And but when he said that, like in the beginning, she just like she rolled her eyes. She was like, "Ah,
Oh my God. I wonder how many versions of that they've done. That
I
kid
don't
was
know."
like, what's happening?
But
Anyhow,
anyway, that was like a nice lighthearted start to the day, I guess.
semi lighthearted, Sarah. That just shows the
Oh.
state of the world that would be
I'm
semi
saying,
lighthearted.
are we all
Um,
okay? Like a quick check.
so
Everyone okay?
so
No.
this week has been crazy. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I told myself I wasn't going to say that because if I listen back to, well, it's Friday. That's what it is. We record on a Friday. So whenever we get here, we're like, whoa, it was a real week. So I just want to say that I retract all of the times that I said it was a week, and I want to just say that this was a real week. There's a
All the
lot.
weeks before
Okay.
this that I said were weeks were not actually weeks because this
No, they
week
were
is
just
weakening.
days, Sarah. They were simply days leading up to this week. Um,
Cool. Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So the energy, the vibes are a little bit off,
Yes.
There's a
The
little bit of
vibes
a
are,
crash out
yes.
mentality.
So many crash outs.
So many. I tried to not be too dramatic this week though. So I didn't have
For
any
you.
cocktails except for the time that I did. And
Hi,
I,
Sarah.
so I feel rested. You
Okay.
sleep so much better when you don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Um, and I got creative in the kitchen. I made ramen from scratch, okay? Stop looking at me like that. You are so annoying. Just because you learned how to cook and did things like 2 decades ago doesn't
Oh,
mean that I shouldn't have this moment, okay?
what are you having with yourself besides a moment right now? I'm literally just fighting for my life, Amanda. Look at my neck. Look at me. Ah, I'm fighting for my life.
I can't tell what your face is trying to do.
I don't know. I'm so tired.
Oh, oh, I'm
Look at my
sorry.
eyes. Like, I don't look good at all
No,
today.
okay, so I think it's really funny too because we
Oh,
we got like our facials and everything a couple of weeks ago, and there was like a real moment where I was peeling because I didn't know what it meant to exfoliate, but that's another story. Um, if you ever get a facial and you start to peel, use a washcloth and scrub your face, okay?
Amanda's like, what would acid do upon the skin if not peel it? It's
Anyhow, so
acid.
that was rough. Okay, that was a rough week. But then we emerged into this week shining and glowing. I've had to put like matte powder on my face to keep, the excessive glow. And now
Wow.
here we are, and I look like an actual potato. So like, why?
Potatoes. We're the Spud sisters.
We are the
The
Spud
Spud
sisters.
sisters.
We got
We're
to bring it
baked.
back.
We're baked. I looked baked, actually. I wish I was baked.
I'm.
I am just tired. I have my period.
Oh.
I know. Every month it's like, are you freaking Actually, I have something to say. Can I just say something about that? I feel like we have a topic that we're not getting to, but we're gonna get to it in 2 seconds. Because I just remember this in my brain as I said that. You know how we talk about Patricia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Patricia is luteal phase that week
Sure.
leading up to when before the right before the period drops, right? And how Patricia is like, reactive and anxiety perhaps. She just like rock, has no patience for anybody. Well, you know what? I was thinking, Patricia, like we need to be easy on Patricia a little bit because actually, isn't it more that Patricia shows us all of the places in our life that are not aligned with us? Because I don't actually get angry, short, frustrated, or anything else with people who don't bring me issues.
Patricia illuminates our areas of discontent.
I think
She
so.
brings the flashlight to
Yes,
it.
and I think that this week of the week that I had Patricia recently, because the beat dropped yesterday, right? So the week leading up to Patricia, I I wasn't feeling amazing, but I was only filled with rage, rightfully. Like I was filled with rage
Mm-hmm.
towards the appropriate areas
Mm-hmm.
that should have rage directed at them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fine with everyone else. Like I wasn't actually freaking out all the time. And I think that what that is telling me is that I've been doing a pretty good job of removing undue stressors
Yeah.
and moving more into alignment so that my general everyday life is not causing me chafing at every moment.
Ah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I'm not being
My life is
chafed
chafing
raw.
me.
Not being chafed raw by the
Like, just
daily
stop it.
activities. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
I think
yeah.
that's interesting because it always makes me think how much is too much, right?
Of
Because we have to have a level of patience and give and take with things, right? So, yeah, I guess Patricia just erases the line, is what it
Yeah, but
is.
also like it's easy to have patience and give and take with people and situations that also give and take.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what
Okay?
you're.
Like
Yes. I see.
I have endless patience for the people in my life who don't just take things from me, right?
Yes. You know,
I have endless patience for you. If all you do is fuck with me, that's your only role in my life is to make me frustrated with you.
every time you show up, you
Every
got
time you
something
show
else.
up. Yes, if that's all and you're not adding anything joyful at any point in time, no, of course I don't have any patience for you.
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Why should I?
You
You know,
shouldn't.
should I smile more?
Listen, we are not in the business of making excuses for
Mm.
people's bad behavior.
Not anymore anyway.
Not anymore.
I feel like it was a real training ground for that for a while.
It was a long road. And would you
Yeah.
say that this ties into Lunar New Year and how we just came out of the year of the snake and now we're into the fire horse?
Gorgeous, gorgeous transition, Amanda.
Thank you.
Here's my big smile.
I was on a
I'll eat
training
you.
yesterday. I was on a training yesterday. I think everybody needs to hear this. It was about how to give feedback, which turns out I am immaculate at. But she was saying when you're going to deliver bad feedback, to imagine the back of your throat is smiling. Yeah, everyone just for a second. Because to me, first of all, I lost 5 minutes of training because I was thinking about that and I could just see a mouth in the back of my throat going, yeah.
Yeah, that's really distracting.
But then it's like you're going to give feedback or you're going to say something that people don't want to hear. And it's like there's a mouth coming out of the back of your.
I don't like who made that up because there's a you're smiling from the back of your throat.
I have to tell you, I have taken a lot of training through work that I have come out and been like, that's awesome. I did the Dale Carnegie, Dale, whatever, Carnegie, whatever his name is,
Whatever.
training. And I was like, this is amazing. I love that. Came out of this training and I was like, okay.
Smile from the back of your throat.
Yes,
It sounds like a course
unfortunately.
on fellatio.
Oh,
Ah,
how do we move on from here? Help, help. What's next?
the
What's
year of the
next?
fire horse.
The year of the fire horse.
Okay. Oh, okay, listen.
Thank you.
Okay. You wanted to talk about the year of the fire
But
horse.
I really just wanted to hear you talk about it.
Okay. So the thing is, it's Chinese New Year, right? It's Chinese New Year. Everybody's talking about it. It's everywhere. It's like oversaturated, saturated.
Had to
It's
waited.
oversaturated.
I was had
Um,
to waited.
so there's not a lack of everybody talking about the transition from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse and why suddenly we are paying attention. Whatever, maybe because the world is ending and we're just trying to grasp at anything that would make some sense. But for to me, like every year, it around like this time is when New Year feels like it should start, right? Because even if where I am, the birds woke up again.
The birds, the cardinals have a a song
Yeah, they're
in the
like,
morning. Yeah.
hey, we
Yes.
didn't die, we didn't
Yeah, they're
die.
like, it's okay. We survived the cold and now we're
Yeah.
coming back for spring. Ooh, ooh. Anyway,
I
continue.
always I always worry about them. So yeah, so it's kind of like that. It's an awakening time. And Fire horse energy is feels different, right? It feels like things are about to happen. But I think that it's really we're so tired. And it's
We're
kind
so
of
tired.
hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to like hook yourself into an energy of running fiery into anything, right? However, when I tapped into this energy on Tuesday, because we're also in eclipse season. Okay, so eclipse season started on Tuesday. We have two eclipse seasons every year. We have a springtime eclipse season and we have an autumnal eclipse season. Eclipse seasons are a time, if you think about them, I always said it like the Mario Kart. Remember Mario Kart?
Do I remember Mario Kart?
I think we are going to be topical and remember Mario Kart and think of it as when you're on that road and you hit one of those things that make you go super fast. They supercharge you, Vroom, right?
Yes. Hmm.
So eclipse season is that time where you hit this moment where you can like be catapulted into a very different place quickly.
Hmm.
It's not a time to make big moves or shift your thinking in any way because it's the culmination of all of the moves and shifting you've already made. So it's
Yeah.
allowing it to happen. So when I tapped into this particular energy on Tuesday, I was preparing myself to have like this big journal entry and it didn't come. It just said, hey, sit back and let it all happen. Let it alchemize. You've been working, you've been doing all the things, like let it alchemize. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It's like things are about to really pick up. They're really going to pick up. And it's really overwhelming to be a woman in this world right now because what are we even meant to fucking do, right? Like it's so easy to jump into despair right now because it feels like everything's so messy. But I will just remind all of us that if anyone can get this shit together, it's women. Because we already know how to do things when nothing in our body or minds or spirit feels able to do anything, right?
Yeah, like
It
parenting.
doesn't, yes, it doesn't matter how you feel because guess what? You still have to do it anyway. And you're going to do it better than any other person could possibly do it. So I believe in us collectively to be
Mm-hmm.
able to get this going, which means individually we have to really take care of ourselves and give ourselves rest when we need it and not be so harsh on ourselves because this is not going to be something that we do one time, right? This is going to be a long, extended ending of absolute insanity. So it's just been that way. The crash outs have been a lot, right? The
Mm-hmm.
shedding, the shedding has been a lot, and the revealing has been a lot. And it's kind of alarming when you are like, yes, everything's gonna be revealed, and then shit gets revealed and it's really ugly, right? It's like,
Yeah.
ooh. But I have to say, I don't know if you feel like this, but I've been surprised, but not surprised at all because it actually tracks for everything in this world because this place is really evil. The things that are not evil are us. We are
Mm.
the not evil things. Everything that we're in right now is basically created on the backs of something evil, but we are not evil. So that means we have to pull ourselves up out of this nasty, disgusting soil and create a new place to root. And that's what we have to really think about what we want to do. And I think with every moment that we are living in a day, those are the little things we can do. How we speak to each other, where we
Mm-hmm.
decide to put our energy. Like
Mm-hmm.
how are you helping something? Where's your energy going? Because if you're just doom scrolling and intaking horrible, horrible information and you're not doing anything with your energy to help something, you are
Then what are
going
you
to spin
doing?
out. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
it's not going to be
Not
okay.
productive. It's
No.
not productive. I mean, it's
No.
okay to do every once in a while, but then
You
you got to
have
pick
to
yourself right back out of it and say, okay, now what am I going to do? What is
yes.
it that I can control in my own life, that is bringing me down? What is it,
You
Sarah?
have to do something. And
Mhm.
also, you have to remember that there is good and the good is important. Because if we don't have a reason, we will stop. And the reason is connection, right? What are the things that
Mhm.
actually, if like we really think about it, it's not capitalism makes a lot of sense because it disconnects us from what actually feeds us. It gives us like a false sense of what connects us. What
Mhm.
actually connects us is being together and having that connection with each other, with other people. So,
Mhm.
where in your life are you getting fed through your connections with people you love and care about?
Mhm.
And can you pour more love into that? Like go
Mhm.
out dancing with your friends, like
Ooh.
sing songs, like host a movie night, like whatever it is that you need to do to remember why we are doing any of this.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise, you're just gonna fall dismally into the abyss and be like, "Well, I guess I should just buy some more stuff until the money runs out." Like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
But do buy the shoes. Always buy the shoes.
I mean, we just need to stop judging each other so much, honestly. Like there's no right way to do any of this except to be kind, and it's not that hard. I think
Mhm.
if you're listening to this podcast, like we're in the segment of people where being kind isn't hard. It's actually we need to probably be a little less kind, right? A little less understanding, a little less open to everything, and more specific about where we put our energy. And
And
I
about our
think like
boundaries is what it sounds like you're
yeah,
saying. Yeah, your boundaries.
hugely about the boundaries. This week has really shown me that if you do not have some strong boundaries in place, you are going to be so exhausted and you're going to be spinning out and crashing out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you really are. You
Yes.
are. Dang.
Dang.
Dang. I just realized I had something written down that I was going to say right in the
What?
beginning. But then we got into that news story that we were looking at right before. But because I was gonna say season two, right? Season two, episode two, right? So it's like the 27th episode, right? I'm like, we have put more dedication into this podcast than many people have put into their own families, their own relationships. The consistency that we show up every single week,
Yeah.
um, for
Yeah.
coming up on a year in a couple
What?
months. I like to
Oh, okay.
round up.
I was like, oh,
I mean,
that's
in
not
May is
accurate at
when we
all.
started. We're practically in March.
Wow, we are practically in March. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking about that last night too, about the podcast, because when we originally started, we were in a very different place in
Yes.
so many different
In
places.
so many.
And it's like why are we doing this? And I realized like I'm not doing this to like be famous about it. I feel like I'm doing this because I want to talk to my sister, and I think
Hmm.
that having these conversations in this like forum is part of what we're doing to connect with each other and with others, right?
Hmm.
During this time. It's like when you
Yeah.
hear people saying things that sound like the things in your head, you don't feel so alone.
Yes. Yes. And also, we outside of the podcast, obviously as sisters, we have a lot of interactions,
Yeah.
familial interactions that if you don't have someone to bear witness to, you you can just easily be gaslit, honestly. If you don't have anyone to, to hear and experience and say, actually, or document things in a shared note, perhaps, just in case you need a reminder of how many incidents can happen in such a short period of time.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, that's why we're doing this, for the connections, right? And we'll be able to look back and listen back, although I really don't like to listen back to the beginning.
No, no, I'm not listening back to anything, but it is nice to have the catalog of it because I mean, this let's be real and dramatic. This
Let's do
period of
it.
time
Whoa.
that we are living through right now is historical. That's for damn sure. Like this is later generations of people, should we survive as a species, are definitely going to look back at this point in time as a huge pivotal moment in human history. So, I
Hmm.
mean, what an honor. Like, I mean, whatever. But I think cataloging what we're going through right now is really important. I think
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
everybody, because this is insane times.
Yeah.
And it does feel, and I think probably how we're feeling though is not very different than people before us in insane times, right?
I
It's
was
just
thinking of like for some
it's
reason like
probably the same. The only thing that I think is different is that our access to information about how every single person is feeling and what is all going on in too many places at the same time is a lot. Like the information
hmm
is so much, and also the information is not accurate. Like 90% of the information you're intaking is not actually factual, right? So I just
hmm
want to kind of put that out there too, because there's a lot of not true things being said constantly. Like,
yeah.
I forget what I saw the other day. It wasn't anything like news related necessarily, but it was not true. It was like someone was saying something about like some sort of movie or something like that, and it wasn't true. And I knew it wasn't true because I've seen the movie. So I was just like, oh, wait, so we just say anything now?
Anything like in a head like in a headline to get you to click it. Like
Yes.
I don't even know. I don't. It's like, is it clickbait or is it like just poor composition? Like sometimes I can't tell.
I
But
think
I
it's
just think they don't
clickbait.
care.
No,
Like,
they don't care.
I think sometimes they don't care. They're like, oh yeah, so maybe this will be rage bait because you'll be like, the headline was written so poorly and does not associate with the article. Yet everybody in the comments is reacting to the headline that is inaccurate. And then there's like one person in the comments who's like, if anybody would just read the actual article, they would
Yeah.
know that this is not what happened.
Yeah, and this brings me to my point I didn't know I was making with this. You need to be really conscious of who is taking your energy
Hmm. That's the
because
kind of situational awareness that we need these days.
yes, because we are like at the end of the day, we humans are energy beings. We manifest all the time, whether we believe it or not, but we are full
Hmm.
of energy, swirling energy. And the dynamic is that we feed off of each other and our energy can be farmed by others. We all know this at a deep level. If you just think about it for a second, think about how you feel after spending time with that person that you know that just drains your energy, right? There's some people you hang out with, and when you leave their energy, you feel like a husk, right? That
Mm-hmm.
is a person who is draining your energy. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic. Now, farming your energy is the same dynamic. It all you have to do is be incited into some excitement. Whether
Yeah.
it's negative or positive, it literally doesn't matter. So when you
Mm-hmm.
see an article that pulls your attention and makes you have an emotional reaction, you need to be thinking, where is my energy? Who's taking my energy?
Right.
Where
Mm-hmm.
who is taking it from me? And am I okay with that?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what's happening because your
Mm-hmm.
energy is not being used to help whatever the situation is. It's being used for something else. And are you consenting to that? So
Right.
consent is important. But if you read it and you a reaction to it, that kind of is your consent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're consenting to it. So just think about that as you like navigate the webs these days. I'm going to think about it as I navigate too. And really like clean that up a little bit, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm so tired. Like I know like there's a lot of factors to this week for me, like
Mm-hmm.
with my Patricia and my uterus and stuff, but I'm exhausted, Amanda. Like look in my eyes. I'm like, ugh. And
I
I'm
know.
just like who's taking my energy right now? Who's
I know
tapped
who it
in? Like
is.
get off me.
Get out of here.
Stop.
Stop.
Before we leave though, I just want to tell you like one like piece of joy that I had.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I went last weekend for Valentine's with my bestie Amanda, not you, to see
Obviously.
Wuthering Heights. Okay. And I'm going again tonight to see it. And, speaking of energy farming, the internet is up in fucking arms about this movie. And I would just like to say, as an English major, and as somebody who has been reading Wuthering Heights since she was 13 years old, okay, I literally made that book my personality for a while. Okay, it has not helped me have healthy relationships at all, but I loved it. I loved it. If you're
Yeah.
looking for an adaptation of an ancient novel, you're not going to find it here. It's not meant to be that.
But it also furthers your point, right? Because the people who went there had an expectation of what it was going to be. They didn't look at the director. They didn't read into any of it. They just showed up expecting it to be something. And because it wasn't, they all got mad.
They got mad. They
Yeah.
got mad. And I don't think any apologies for this movie need to be made. I think it was so delicious to me from start to finish. I love all the
Mm.
choices that were made. And I love the original movie that was made in 1992 with Juliette Binoche and Ralph Fiennes. So I would suggest if you are new to Wuthering Heights, go see this movie first, enjoy it, then go watch that movie and then read the book and enjoy that too. All of these
In that
things,
order,
yeah, yes.
just do it
All
backwards.
of yes,
Bam.
all of these things
All
can be
right.
enjoyed. You can hold multitudes, and when a director says, "I am creating a fever dream, teenage fever dream of what this book movie invoked for me," like
Let
relax.
him.
Like it's fine. It's a gorgeous
It's
movie.
art. It's literally art.
It's
Everyone
yes,
needs to just chill out.
and it's sexy.
Mm.
It's very sexy.
I'm not going to tell you that I don't know the storyline to Wuthering Heights.
It again, it doesn't matter. I think that it's accessible and delightful. So go see it if you feel like it, and if you don't want to, it doesn't matter.
Enjoy your day anyway.
Just have a good day anyway. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
literally.
did you know you could not like something and not post about it on the internet? Ah!
Ah! On
I don't
that
see you
note,
guys making movies.
literally, we're making movies right here. That
Yeah,
sounds
we made
weird.
a movie just now.
We did.
Yeah.
Did you just
Anyway,
wink? Or
I tried. My eyes just feel so weird. I'm gonna take a shower after this and like wash my hair and like see if I
okay.
can take some deep inhales.
Reset. Okay. All
Reset.
right. Well, I'm gonna go get to work.
Okay. Well, everybody have a good weekend.
Everyone, hang in there.
Hang in there,
Okay?
kittens.
Just hang in there.
Hang in there, kittens.
Hang in there, kittens. You got this.
All right,
All
bye.
right. Bye. Thanks for listening to I'm Your Mother Now podcast, an Amala Moon production. If you loved today's episode, make sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if I've done the RSS feed properly, wherever you get your pods. You can follow us on Instagram at IYMN_podcast to watch us live on Friday mornings and catch the full episodes on our YouTube channel, I'm Your Mother Now podcast. We'd love if you could share this with a friend who'd vibe with the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps more people to find us. We'll see you next week. Bye.